to SVG-TV's news for Monday, June 23rd, 2025. I'm Triska Campbell with the details. Students of the Sugar Mill Academy have delivered an outstanding performance in the 2025 Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment CPEA, leaving the school's principal, teachers, and community beaming with pride. The school not only produced the island's top performer, but also secured 5 of the top 10 positions overall, a historic achievement for the institution. Leading the pack is Saj Caesar, who has been named the island's top CPEA performer. Joining him in the top ranks from Sugar Mill Academy are Azia Lewis, Ezron Kwashi, Adrina Ledger, and Rio McCallum, who all earned high marks that placed them among the best in the country. Principal Liz Cordes expressed her joy and admiration for the students' success in an interview with SVG-TV News. She said this is a record-breaking performance for the school, pointing out that their goal has always been to provide each child with the highest quality education possible through teamwork, personalized support, and learning experiences that go beyond the classroom.
When I heard the results and then actually got to collect the results of everybody on Saturday, I mean, we could barely contain ourselves in the car park when we realized how fantastic all of our students had done. Of course, as Mrs. Agard said, it's always a thrill to have children in the top 10 because, let's face it, it's a part of that Caribbean culture, you know, to make a big deal of kids in the top 10. And to have 5 this year and first, second, and third.
CPEA is a regional assessment used across several Caribbean countries to evaluate primary school students' readiness for secondary education. It assesses not only core subjects like mathematics, language, and science, but also students' ability to apply knowledge through projects and collaborative work. Sugar Mill Academy's grade 6 teachers Hazel Agard and Samantha Bullock shared their excitement, noting that they were confident the students would excel.
I must say that I'm super excited for all my students. They have all done exceedingly well, and being placed in having 5 in the first 10 is more than remarkable for us.
And I'm extremely happy and proud of all of our students.
Okay, it's a collaborative effort. It's all started from grade 5 because parts of the CPEA program, internal assessments, is shared in grade 5. So the grade 5 teachers do a part, then they send them over to us, and then we continue. But the key to our success in grade 6 is that we hold children accountable for their learning. We make learning fun, we provide activities so that they could enjoy classes, but we hold them accountable for their learning.
Several of the top performing students shared what they contributed to their success. They credited their results to consistent studying, support from their teachers and parents, and staying focused on their goals. They also had some advice for grade 5 students preparing for the exam next year.
It made me feel relieved, excited, and a whole lot of other emotions because at some point I didn't really expect it to happen. I prepared by doing a lot of past papers, reading my notes, listening to my parents, and doing the work they gave me to. But you also have to balance it out with play, but that doesn't mean your work time has to be equal with your play time. Like the work time always comes first, and you have to get more in than play so that you can achieve more than fool around.
Make sure that you listen to your parents and your teachers because they will give good advice that will help you a lot, and make sure to revise your notes daily.
Well, I'll give for the grade 5. Don't just think that you're all that when you're getting good grades in school and then you start to let off, because after a while, after I started did that, my grades started to decrease, and I know they would have kept that confidence and not really be so overconfident in yourself.
I would say to the grade 5s, maintain a balance with your regular life, but also study and do a lot of past papers because the questions that will come back, and if you revise in notes, it would like refresh in your memory.
to always put your best foot forward, because even though when you put your best foot forward, then you can't complain, and always listen to your teachers and revise your notes before it's too late.
Rafiq Taj Lajman of the Sion Hill Government School has made his school and community proud by securing 5th place overall in the 2025 Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment CPEA. In addition to his remarkable overall performance, Lachman was recognized as the most outstanding student in science, earning him a perfect score of 100% in the external component of the assessment. A teacher of the Sion Hill Government School, Shalise Williams, expressed immense pride in Lachman's achievements.
I am so excited, like I am bouncing off of the walls, because not only did we place in the top 10, but I am also proud of all of the students. They did extremely well. Okay, well, the motivation, for sure, it went a long way, and even during the Easter, I would have stayed with them and, helped to guide the teachers.
Speaking about what motivated him during his preparation for the exams, Lachman said the encouragement from his teachers and parents played a major role. He said he remained focused on his goals, stayed organized, and used a consistent study schedule.
My name is Rafiq Lachman, and I came 5th for CPEA. The few weeks before CPEA, I was doing past papers, maybe 3 or 2 a day. The days I thought I could do more past papers, I would do more so that I could have other days to recall and recollect myself, so I wouldn't be confused or, overwhelmed when the day came. It got me results. I felt so happy, relieved, excited, all those emotions. The grade 5, I know some of them out there, they would get maybe annoyed or frustrated when they're given plenty of work or homework or practice. I just want to let them know that it will all pay off.
Parliamentarians today extended congratulations to the students who successfully sat the 2025 Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment CPEA following the release of the results on Saturday. Among the top achievers was Saj Caesar of Sugar Mill Academy, who secured the highest score island-wide with a 99.2%. Saj is the son of Minister of Agriculture Soboto Caesar. Despite a slight overall decrease in the national performance compared to last year, members of Parliament praised the students, teachers and the parents for their hard work and commitment throughout the academic year.
A lot of genuine pride to recognize the contribution of Dr. Brown, Caesar, and in the process, and in the process, the honourable member, and in the process, the honourable member opposite me for the stellar performance of his son took up first in the common entrance. It speaks well of the family tree.
Students, all of the successful students in the recently completed CPEA exam. And I would like to just zero in quickly on a couple of specifics. First of all, I'd like to congratulate my friend and brother and colleague, the Honourable Minister of Agriculture, member for South Central Windward, on the success of his son, Saj, right?
A few of them didn't meet the pass mark, the pass grade, but the education revolution here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines provides a space for them in a secondary school here in this country of ours.
What is also notable, Madam Speaker, is that we had about boys making up 8 of the top 10. I think this is a record. Top 8, the top 10, 8 boys in that area. Like particularly to single out Saj Caesar, and everybody has talked about him before, for getting 99.2%. And that is no mean feat, Madam Speaker.
How much the education revolution, a program that has been established by this government over the past 24 years, how much benefiting it has been for our children and our students here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Meanwhile, Member of Parliament for the Southern Grenadines, Terence Oliver, also congratulated the top-performing students in this year's Caribbean Primary Exit Assessment, CPEA, while drawing attention to the performances from students of the Southern Grenadines. Oliveira acknowledged that students in the region face significant challenges, having been displaced following the passage of Hurricane Beryl last year. Despite this, he noted that students from Mairo and Canouan excelled, although Union Island lagged slightly behind. Still, he commended all students for doing well under the circumstances.
Sort of a spread where nationally where the exam is concerned for the top 10. I would just like to say congratulations also to the schools within the Southern Grenadines, because 2 of those schools got 100%. That is the Canouan Government School and the Mairo Government School. I will say congratulations to them. The other schools were not so far off. They were in the 80% range, and I thank them for the work that they are doing, despite, we might say, what they faced during Hurricane Beryl. The students rose to, they kept to the task, and there were most of them, majority of them, were successful. So once again, congratulations to all involved. As I said, when I look at the preliminary results, it's if you go round it off to 88% of the students passed the examinations. So congratulations to them. To those who didn't pass, it's not the end of the line. You have second chances, and with the second chances, they can go as far as they can.
President of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Teachers Union, the SVG-TU, Oswald Robinson, has commended teachers for their unwavering commitment to education, especially in light of the recently released CPEA 2025 results. Robinson praised educators for staying true to their profession and for their role in producing high-quality students, despite the many challenges they continue to face. He also extended congratulations to the students and their parents for their success in this year's exams.
Clearly showed that our teachers continue to demonstrate quality teaching, and quality education has continued in our classrooms. We want to congratulate all those students who have done so well, and those who don't make it, better luck next time. The principals, the rest of the staff, the parents, the guardians, and all the stakeholders in education who have collaborated towards the success of these children. Special congratulations to those schools that place in the top positions. I also want to single out the special needs school in Kingston, Children for Special Needs, and that student who wrote for the first time CPEA at that school, that exam that he wrote. Best wishes, and hope that you continue to climb the ladder of success as you go on to further your education at the secondary level.
In other news, the St. Vincent and the Grenadines today joined the rest of the world in celebrating United Nations Public Service Day 2025, which recognizes the value of virtue of the public service in development of communities and nations. Public Relations Officer of the Public Service Union, the PSU, Desrita Glikes, in her official message, emphasized that modern public service requires creativity, courage, and collaboration. She also reiterated the PSU's firm stance on maintaining transparency and accountability within the public sector.
Our public institutions rest upon trust, built through transparent procurement, impartial service delivery, and steadfast accountability. The union stands firm behind our members, advocating for zero tolerance of corruption, fair hiring and promotion, protection of whistleblowers, and respect for labor rights and collective bargaining. Because when public servants are treated with dignity, citizens benefit, and so does democracy. Trust in government remains one of the most vital ingredients for democratic health. That trust is built and sustained through ethical leadership, transparency, and inclusive service delivery, where no citizen is left behind and every voice is respected.
Despite the country's small population, St. Vincent and the Grenadines continue to demonstrate that innovation can thrive in the public service sector. Gleiks noted that public institutions are increasingly moving beyond traditional bureaucracy, embracing efficiency and progress in service delivery. She further encouraged all citizens to play a role in national development, stating that building a better St. Vincent and the Grenadines requires everyone's involvement.
Our women, youth, persons with disabilities, and vulnerable communities must see themselves represented not only in the public policies, but also within the leadership of the public sector itself. So today we honor all public servants within all sectors within the government service, statutory bodies, and other institutions. Your unwavering work, often unseen, fuels economic stability, social cohesion, national morale, and international credibility. On this Public Service Day, the Public Service Union extends our deepest thanks to every public servant, past, present, and future. You embody the spirit of service and the power of collective action. Together as a union and as public servants, we stand committed to excellence, integrity, and transformative delivery.
Public Service Week was observed last week with a number of activities aimed at recognizing the contributions of public servants and promoting excellence across departments. 26 artists have been named as a finalist for this year's combined Raga and Soca Monarch finals following an exciting semi-final event held last evening at the E.T. Joshua Tarmac, popularly known as Bacchanal Bay. The announcement was made at a press conference today by Chief Executive Officer of the Carnival Development Corporation, CDC, Rodney Small. He explained that the decision to increase the number of finalists this year was made to give more artists the opportunity to showcase their talent on the big stage.
Giving more artists an opportunity, and we just wanted to continue what happened from the prelims. Now, I'm not saying to hold the CDC to this next year to say, well, you did this and you did that, right? But it's really to say that it was so good, it was so intense, and we want to provide an avenue for more persons, right? So it's 10 and 1 for Raga and a reserve, right? So that is 12 artists, and then 12 and 1 for power and a reserve, which is 14 artists. So in all, 12 and 14 is how much? 26 artists would be going to the finals.
In the Raga Soca category, 10 artists were selected after delivering strong performances that impressed the judges and earned them their spots in the finals.
So for Raga Soca Monarch finalists, Utamo Bongo Prime Rose with Mardi Gras, Trouble in Tongue, Rajiv, Sora, Sutherland, Fet We Fetin, Cledon, Times, Roach, and Elrico, The Pixel Hunt, Do Hold Back, Overdose, Angelique Maya, Gawe, No Owner, Nimroy, Zeran, Labode, Vacation, Morales, Winkens, Sideman, Tyreek, Diffusion, Thomas, Mission, Giovanni, Gio Collins, Gimme That Wine Day, Delroy, Fireman, Hooper, Mash Me Up, Rayan, Madzat, Primus, Rain, Gregory, Picos Jr., Cato, Looking for Sober, and our reserve would be Mr. Charlie Johnson, Feeling for Liquor.
Additionally, some of the artists competing in the Raga Soca category have also secured places in the Power Soca finals, demonstrating their versatility and broad appeal.
Finalists: Utamo Rose, Maddest Place on Earth; Jamari, Elpank Stapleton, Love Your Bad; Hans John, Party Like We; Lornette Ned, better known as Fire Empress, Acrobat, Show Me; Angelique Gawe, Curry; Rajiv, Sutherland and Giovanni; Anthony Collins, Shellings; Lee Jace, Bullock, Till Morning; Justin Cambridge, Colin Marshall, and Jaim Pitt, No Sleep; Kendall Burke, Car Bowl Me Out, Chow Minister, Shannon John, Kelly J, Start Again, Darren Magical, Jamal Rouse, Claydon Roach and Elrico Hunt, Mars Forever, No Clap, and our reserve is Lexi, Alexa, Dishong, Liti. And those are your finalists for the Soca.
The highly anticipated Soca Monarch Finals will be held on Saturday, July 5th, 2025 at Victoria Park, promising a night of energy, rhythm, and top-tier entertainment as part of Vincima's celebrations. Restaurants across St. Vincent and the Grenadines will come under the spotlight this week as 53 local establishments participate in Restaurant Week 2025 under the theme A Taste of Vincy. The official opening ceremony was held on Sunday at Sandals Resort, where President of the SVG Tourism and Hotel Association, Isola Giddings, delivered remarks. Giddings noted that a response from participating restaurants was encouraging, with many recognizing the benefit of being a part of such a nationally recognized event.
Restaurant Week is not about just tasting or enjoying the restaurants. It's about our collaboration. It's about our staff. It's about our stakeholders. It's about us encouraging entrepreneurship. It's about building lasting sponsorship. They said, we are ready to partner with you. So Restaurant Week, it is about us promoting our local products. Us encouraging you to buy local, to eat local, to patronize your restaurants, to see what they have to offer.
A number of activities are scheduled throughout the week, including stakeholder training sessions. Several overseas-based Vincentian chefs have also returned home to take part in the festivities, adding a global flair to the local celebration of cuisine. One of the week's major highlights will be the Street Safari, set to take place at Heritage Square, where food lovers can experience a variety of culinary offerings in a vibrant street-style setting.
We have our farm to table, which will be at Grenadine House, Tuesday evening from 7 p.m. I mentioned the street safari already. The street safari, we are encouraging the moms and the pops to come out. I have a lady who already said she's going to be cooking callaloo and crayfish. I could remember having that as a child growing up in Georgetown, callaloo and crayfish. You go in the river, you catch your crayfish, and you go and you cook your baby pot, and you have it right there. So we're going to be having that on the street. You're going to be having madongo, things like that. We are encouraging the moms and the pops to come out.
Restaurant Week is growing in popularity. Just 7 months ago, Restaurant Week 2024 was held, and according to Giddings, interest is already building for the 2026 edition, including from potential sponsors. The dates for Restaurant Week 2026 have already been set for June 21st to 27th. In other news now, the consulting firm Stewart Engineering has been contracted to complete the design and costing for the rehabilitation of the Oya and Chateaubelair fishery centers, with actual construction work expected to commence by the end of 2025. This announcement was made in Parliament today by Minister of Fisheries, Sabota Caesar, in response to a question from opposition leader Dr. Godwin Friday. During the answer and response session, Dr. Friday had queried the reasons behind the deteriorating condition of the facilities, what measures were being taken to address the issues, and when fisherfolk could expect to regain proper use of the centers that are critical to their livelihood. In his response, Minister Caesar explained that both facilities located in the red zone were severely impacted by the eruption of La Soufrière volcano in April of 2021 and later by the passage of Hurricane Beryl in July 2024. He further stated that the government has secured financing from the World Bank under the Volcanic Eruption Emergency Project, VEEP. This funding will support a range of emergency response initiatives, including the rehabilitation of the Oya and Chateaubelair fishery centers. The rehabilitation project is part of a broader national effort to rebuild critical infrastructure in areas affected by recent natural disasters.
The firm was submitted has submitted their final design report, drawings and technical specifications for the rehab and the retrofitting of the facilities. The final documents are currently being reviewed by the Economic Planning Division, the Ministry of Finance, and the proposed next step is to get a no objection from the World Bank, then enter the market for prospective bidders to undertake these rehabilitative works. The implementation phase for this initiative is scheduled to commence at the end of 2025 and be completed by the end of December 2026. And that is what is reported based on the design of the project. But as it pertains to the OWIA facility, and as we are aware, we creatively embarked on a public-private partnership whereby the government worked with entities, organizations for the management of these facilities. We will see the opening of the OWIA Fishery Center, where they will be processing before the end of 2025. But that again would have to be halted when the work is started. So the private sector entity met with the ministry last week, and with the assistance of VINLEC, we are going to restart the work, and I anticipate that we may stop probably around November, December, based on his calculation. And if the VEEP started earlier, then he would have to vacate to allow the VEEP.